Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to deal with the chapter 3.4 interview written by J. Krishnamurthy. So, this interview is an extract from the talks and the discussions held by J. Krishnamurthy with the students of Rishi Valley schools. And here he is talking about his idea of education and how it plays a very important role in shaping or transforming human minds. I am referring to page 112 of the textbook. So, let's try to understand what he is talking about. Okay, so one of the student poses an important question before him, that is, the world is full of callous people, indifferent, cruel people, and how do you change those people? Now, callous, what do you mean by callous? Callous meaning not caring about others' feelings, emotions. So you are having a very indifferent, hostile attitude. Okay, so what does Krishnamurthy reply to that student? What is his answer? He says, yes, the world is full of callous people. You find them so selfish. Everybody is just concerned about themselves. So, how do we change people? That was the question. So, what does he say that why do we need to change others? Right? The change needs to be within us. So, let's change ourselves first. Change yourself. Otherwise, you will also grow up to be like others. Okay? So, what is the difference? They are selfish, you are selfish. What is the difference? Here you need to make a difference. What he says is the past generation is vanishing. You see your grandparents, maybe 60 or 70 years old, and they might live for another few years. So that generation is slowly vanishing. And what are you doing about them? Okay, how are you helping them? Have you watched them? Have you felt for them? Okay, that is what he's asking. If you have, you will do something. You need to do something for the older generation and not just leave them helpless and stranded, right? So so we want others to change. We will always say that let them change, let the government do this, okay, let others do it. So we are a part of the society and we should do it, right? It begins with us. Let's do it. Okay, so we want to change everybody except ourselves. We keep pointing fingers at others. Let others do it. But let's start the change within ourselves and let's begin. There's a saying, charity begins at home. So don't wait for others. Let's do it. Okay, so we want others to change, and so we remain callous, indifferent, cruel, hoping the environment will change, and so we continue in our own way. So nothing is going to change in this way. So now the student poses with another question. You ask us to change. Now what do we change into? That's a good question. So you ask us to change, and what do we change into? So he says you cannot change into a monkey. You cannot. So you have to change something. You have to change yourself into something. Okay, into a good person. Okay, so you develop a pattern. Okay, maybe you change some bad habits, like what you say is you are violent, you're getting angry, you're violent, you want to change that habit of yours. Okay, or you are greedy and you want to change this quality. Okay, so you want to become you want to shower selfless love. Okay, you don't want to be greedy. Okay, so for example, you have you have purchased a cake. Okay, you bought a cake, so you divide it equally amongst your siblings and your family. Yeah, so everybody gets an equal share. Okay, or you might even sacrifice a bigger share for them. So that's how you become non-greedy, right? So now he goes to explain how I going to come out of this. So now that that involves a lot of struggle. I am greedy and I struggle and I make tremendous efforts. Now, as I said, you give a greater share. That requires a lot of effort, no? If you are greedy, if you are not willing to share, how will you give a bigger piece? Now, that will require a conscious effort from your side. So, Jane do, I will give this bigger share. Or you might even think, okay, they are happy, My siblings are happy, let them have the entire thing. Are you so large hearted? Okay, so what he tells us is, if I look at my greed, if I understand why am I greedy, I have to understand the nature of my greed. Okay, why am I greedy? Why do I need that bigger share? Okay, can I be happy by looking at others having a greater share, enjoying that piece of cake? Okay, can I bring that change in myself? Okay, so therefore, freedom from greed is something entirely different from trying to be non greedy. Freedom, now here I'm struggling, okay, but then I should, that quality of giving should be there in me. Okay, so this non greedy, that is your original nature, but trying to be non greedy, that is something which you got to acquire, you got to develop. Okay, then he comes to talk about change. See, change is something which is constant. Okay, everything keeps changing, so that's why change is constant. And he says, I was thinking last night, I've been to this valley on and off 40 years or 50 years down the line. It's a huge passage of time. Okay, so many people have come, gone, not many changes, villages change, cities change, people change, attitudes change, everything changes, right? So many children have come, gone, people have disappeared, some things have come up, some things have disappeared. Okay, but then everything seems to be, that's a way of life. It's everything seems to be very, these things going, coming, doing your work, all these things are very ordinary. Okay, and if you're not very careful, you are also going to end up being ordinary. Okay, so now the next question which the student puts across is, what do you mean by ordinary? The next thing, the answer which Krishnamurti gives is, to be like the rest of men. Okay, there is nothing different, the same routine. Okay, their worries, corruption, violence, brutality, indifference, callousness, all this is going to be ordinary. It's a part of life. And if you want to do something beyond and besides that, that is going to be something which is called extraordinary. Okay, to want a job, to hold on to a job, you are efficient, you die in the job, this is all everything very ordinary. You have nothing new. Okay, you have to bring some vibrancy, some energy, some dynamism in your everyday. We cannot do that always, but sometimes we can try something different. That is what I meant by ordinary. Okay, so the mechanical way of getting up, going to school, college, work, and then old age and you die, so this is all an ordinary way of life. Okay, so the next question came across was, how can you get rid of that ordinariness? Okay, so the answer given is how. Every time the question is asked, how, sir, how? Okay, then Krishnamurti says that, see, suppose if you unexpectedly a poisonous snake comes across right in front and you are not prepared for it, but then the obvious thing would be you would be scared to face the snake. But then what he says is, are you going to stand or call up sir, asking what am I supposed to do? You are going to act instantly, right? So your action, reflex action would be, you see a snake and you run to save your life. Okay, so there are many things whereby you don't ask anybody, you have your own, you use your own presence of mind and you behave accordingly. Okay, so then the next question, what he says is, there are many people who talk about meditation. Okay, don't they? And the student says yes. So he says, do you know about it? You know nothing about it. Okay, so there are many things in the world you don't know about it, and meditation was something which the student does not know. So he says, I'm glad you don't know about it. See, if you don't know, you can learn. Okay, it's like if you don't know Spanish, you don't know French, you can learn. Because you don't know, you can learn, and you can learn it as if it is for the first time. There is a joy. If you don't know to cycle, you can learn to cycle. You don't know to drive a car, you can do that. Okay, so for that, meditation is they have to unlearn and then they learn. So what do you, if you already know cycling, if you already know driving, then he says you have to try to unlearn it. Okay, you will learn the difference. He says unlearn matlab bhul jao. You have to forget whatever is already learned and you have to learn it freshly in a possibly in a new way. Okay, since you don't know what meditation is, let's learn about it. He says you have to learn about meditation, you have to see how your mind is working. It's a very difficult task because mind is constantly working. Even if you're sleeping, the mind is subconsciously awake. So he says, as you watch a lizard, for example, he says watch a lizard going by across the wall. You can see its 4 feet, how it sticks to the wall. You can see its movements and what you're thinking. Do not correct it. So he says just observe. You need not correct, whether you did not even think, what am I seeing, is that right, where is my mind, don't correct it. But then mind keeps on wondering. Maybe after that you might go, your mind might start thinking something else. So it's very difficult to control your mind and your thoughts. So it's just like you have to train your mind. Okay, you have to control your thoughts, and if you do meditation, your mind will be at much peace. So for that, to go into meditation, what he says is you have to sit peacefully, calmly, with your legs crossed, keep your eyes closed, and then your eyeballs, you will notice that they are constantly moving. And watch it as if you watch the lizard. So just like you have to keep on, just like keep a close observation and see what thoughts are coming in your mind. So you will see that your mind is just flitting, it is just jumping from one thought to another thought. So you begin to learn and you to observe, and so you will learn to control your thoughts as well. So are you watching your thoughts? How one thought pursues after, so it follows one thought after another thought. Okay, this is a good thought, this is a bad thought, don't think. Okay, when you go to bed at night, when you walk, watch your thought, just watch your thought, do not correct it, and you will learn from the beginning of the meditation. So this is an art which everyone has to learn, and it will help us in the long run as well. So shut your eyes and try to concentrate. Just focus on your breathing, and you'll see how your mind is getting so relaxed and so peaceful. And once again, to learn, there is no end to learning. Okay, keep learning new things. There is no end to education and learning, and it will only stop at one's death. Okay, so this was a beautiful extract by J. Krishnamurthy. I hope you must have understood this. Thank you.